Good morning. We are 25 minutes north of Asheville, North Carolina, and we are in Mars Hill, where we will be hiking the Hoffman Trail at the Bailey Mountain Preserve. Let's go. Before the hike even begins, you'll be greeted by several incredible and historic barns located at the foot of Bailey Mountain. These barns are open to the public for exploration and for learning. There are several kiosks where you can learn about the agricultural heritage of this region. While admiring these architectural marvels, you'll be able to listen and read the accounts of the farmers and residents who worked this land and shaped what Madison County is today. Take a few moments before the hike to gaze back into history and observe the careful craftsmanship and regional significance that agriculture played in this section of the Appalachian Mountains. Taking one last glance at the trailhead kiosk, there are a number of trails being developed, but today we'll be doing the yellow Hoffman Trail that will take us all the way to the summit of Bailey Mountain. As is the case with most hikes in the mountains, we'll start this hike by walking up this scenic grassy field before entering the forest. One of my favorite spots at the Bailey Mountain Preserve is right here at the beginning of the Hoffman Trail, and I'll show you why. A massive tree greets hikers entering the forest, and a sturdy bench swing has been installed to allow hikers to admire the view of the barns below before the trail enters the woods. The yellow blazes on the trees indicate you're on the Hoffman Trail to the summit. The green blazes are for a small side trail. Don't follow these for this hike. The trail begins to ascend through the forest. The single-track trail is well marked, and the trail itself is clearly visible for the entire hike. The Bailey Mountain Preserve has many expertly crafted steps along the trail that make many of the steeper sections much more manageable. Only a quarter mile into this hike, we get to this fantastic viewpoint. Looking back towards the barns we were just at, you can also see the Appalachian Mountains in the distance there too. This is a great spot just to take it all in, get some water, have a quick snack before we continue on the Hoffman Trail at the Bailey Mountain Preserve. The trail continues to climb up Bailey Mountain, and though we're heading into the winter months here in Appalachia, still there is greenery to be found on these slopes. Sections of the trail do start to get rocky, so be careful where you're stepping. The trail is conveniently marked every quarter mile so you can keep track of exactly how far you've hiked. By this point of the hike, we are well into the forest and there is no noise pollution of any kind. You'll start to encounter more switchbacks as you continue to ascend. With all the leaves gone in the wintertime, you can glimpse long-range mountain views along the trail. The gradual incline for much of the hike makes it easy to not realize just how high up you actually are. All right, we are 1 mile into the Bailey Mountain Preserve's Hoffman Trail hike in Mars Hill. We've got a little bit more climbing to do, so let's keep at it. You may notice that some of the blazes on the trees are double blazed. This typically means there's a turn in the trail ahead, or sometimes they can indicate that you're approaching a trail intersection. More benches are available as you continue to climb the trail. You can expect to find one every half mile or so. As you near the summit, you'll see some exposed rock dotted with patches of moss. The temperature up here could be noticeably cooler, and it can be a bit windier as well. Soon enough, you'll see the sign indicating you've made it to the summit of Bailey Mountain. All right, we've made it to the top of Bailey Mountain on the Hoffman Trail, and it is awesome. It was a big incline that last little bit to get to the top here, but there's still one more thing I want to show you. At the top of the mountain, you'll spot a small rainproof box. Inside is a plastic bag containing a small notebook and pen. Hikers are invited to sign the notebook or write a short note. It's fun to read what other hikers wrote. Just be sure you put the notebook and pen back in the bag and then place the bag back in the rainproof box for other hikers to find before you leave the summit. That was the Hoffman Trail at the Bailey Mountain Preserve. This is an awesome and moderately difficult hike, great for kids. It's about a little over 2 miles to get to the top. This is a great hike if you're looking for something to do this winter. Check out www.visitmadisoncounty.com to learn more about this hike. Thanks, and see you next time. And one more thank you to the town of Mars Hill, the Friends of Bailey Mountain, the Bailey Mountain Geezers, the Appalachian Barn Alliance, and all the other organizations who work so hard to make the Bailey Mountain Preserve an amazing destination in Mars Hill, North Carolina.